Okay, let me ask. Sir, I have it's mentioned in that book. It says that we do astral travel. In that also we'll dream. That's what they said. And in
A
that
dream
dream
within
also
dream
we'll
also
dream.
is possible. Yeah,
Yeah.
they are
And
possible.
and that's the reason the whole universe is expanding. That's what it's mentioned in the book.
That's the scientific basis of the expansion. That's
Okay.
what. So when you dream,
Hmm.
whoever you dream about realizes that you are dreaming about them. So what is the opinion? That's where it starts,
Ah.
right? So when Barry goes to his viewpoint, what he says is, says that not only do you dream, those personalities continue to dream after you have finished your dreams. One. And the
Hmm.
second one is, based on that, he is deducing. That means if they are there, they themselves could be having dreams. Okay. Now, in Thinking and Destiny, he establishes the fact that the entire universe's progression is based on law of thought.
Hmm.
Right? Now, Sigma, Kirti's thoughts, Chandra's thoughts, Ramakrishna's thoughts, Neelu's thoughts, Namrata's thoughts, Sugunaji's thoughts, and Uma's thoughts, let's say.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, there are so many, and each of
Hmm.
them is not going to be the same. Each of them is not going to be perceived to be the same, and so on.
Hmm.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, there is the need for all those thoughts to manifest.
So all the thoughts which are released will manifest, sir?
Yes, but look at
Oh.
this. He also takes us, the Thinking and Destiny also takes us to, right? One thought leads to other thoughts, associated or disassociated, correct?
Hmm.
So, over a time, a group of thoughts actually become an idea.
Hmm.
A group of thoughts become an idea.
Hmm.
Okay. Now, these have to go through four other components or three other components. It has to have a purpose. It has to have a location. It has to have a timing. Okay. When this, along with the contents of the thought match, right, they manifest. So manifestation of a thought is really related to these three being concurrent. Are you getting the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for a thought to manifest, it needs to have a purpose. There is a time factor and there is the need for your presence at that point for the manifestation to take place.
So the thought which I have created when I was like in my childhood, it can manifest in like now.
It can
If there is
manifest now.
circumstances are everything is in
Yes,
place.
yes, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That is why you have instances of when you have a very, very deep-rooted master, right? If you read Sai Satcharitra,
Uh,
etc., what you get to know is that people had, before they left Shirdi, they had to go and seek Baba's permission.
Mm.
Right? There, it is surrender to that energy, that Guru, who has the ability to look into your future and either let you go, or he will say, wait for 1 hour and then start.
Mm.
What is he doing? He is playing with these three parameters so that your purpose with which you are going is met.
Mm.
That is also manifestation. Do you see how these components integrate now?
Mm.
Right. So, the same way, all these thoughts, now look what he is saying. And those dreams, that is, those dream world characters, in turn, have their own dreams, which also live on. We have an ever expanding multi-dimensional universe. Now you see that. How multi-dimensional? Because those
Mm.
thoughts have to manifest if they
Yeah.
meet these three conditions,
Mm.
right? Going forward. Physically reflected by what our scientists currently perceive with their instrument as the expanding universe.
Mm.
But what really makes the universe expand are all these inner expansions, one of which is the dream worlds and dream people and people. So
Mm.
now you are able to relate the two,
Yes, sir.
right? So the idea that dreams live on independently of us, even after we awaken, is happening. Just like as you're driving a car, you are focused on the road,
Mm.
but are you also registering some peculiar color cars as you pass on or
Mm.
something different?
Mm.
Where is your attention? Is focused on the road.
Mm.
But are other bits and pieces going into your memory?
Yes.
Right? Now,
Mm.
those you may recall at a later point in time where they are relevant.
Mm.
So, those now where they are relevant, when I use the word where they are relevant, does it
Mm.
not mean that the time factor of the manifestation condition is being met?
I didn't get this point, sir. Where there are relevant means we can
Means,
recollect that
see, you will
memory.
recall in any
Oh,
conversation something is going on. No, no, I'm looking for a yellow color card.
right. And I've
Hey,
seen,
yesterday
yeah.
I was driving
Ah,
and I found one very similar to what you are looking for.
right.
Okay, right? So one
Mm.
parameter is left, I mean, is met.
Mm. For the
The other
manifestation,
two,
yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
right. So
Mm.
now that is how the manifestation is taking place. You will
Okay.
suddenly say, yesterday I had a dream which was very similar to what you are telling me.
Mm.
Right? So these are all the thoughts, these are the triggers. And
Mm.
when they culminate, right?
Mm.
Now, a very, very interesting theosophical society's version of how
Mm.
thoughts manifest,
Mm.
right? Thoughts are created. So now there is a sequence, if you really look at it. There is a desire.
Mm.
Desire triggers your willpower,
Mm.
right? So the vibration starts at the level of the willpower.
Mm.
Then that is in a dimension way above our physical dimension.
Right. Desires and will are up, you said. Yeah.
Correct.
Mm.
Up means almost where the light is
Okay.
pure. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
In other words, that's also the quantum field. You can imagine that to be the quantum field where the possibilities are and probabilities are infinite.
Mm.
At the desire and thought level, it is infinite. I mean, desire and willpower level, it
Willpower.
is
Mm.
right.
Mm.
Now,
Mm.
but what is happening? Then you are coming to thought,
Mm.
a lower frequency.
Mm.
Then you will start getting a feeling for it, an emotion,
That is much even
lower,
lower, right?
still lower
Mm.
than thought,
Thought. Yeah.
correct?
Mm.
Then that will trigger an action,
Mm.
okay? That action will trigger an outcome.
Mm.
Now, who is controlling the thought? Who is controlling the emotion? Who is controlling the action? And who is controlling the outcome?
Mm.
The ego mind is controlling them,
Yeah. Conscious mind. Mm.
the conscious mind, the
Mm.
ego mind, right?
Mm. Mm.
And the impact of that also you are controlling.
Mm. Impact.
Yes, it could be cortisols, it could be endorphins, depending upon the outcome.
Okay.
Your expectations not met
Mm.
is a disappointment.
Yes. Yeah.
Disappointment triggers your fight or flight.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're saying the okay. If it doesn't
I'm
meet,
now
then the
taking you to
reactions.
the impact that has. Yes, exactly.
Right. Okay. Okay. Mm.
Right? That is how we end up upsetting our health also.
Mm.
Why me? All those things start coming, which takes us
Mm.
to a wonderful book titled
Mm.
Emotional Equations.
Emotional equations. I should read that book.
I will send it to you. So it's a
Okay.
beautiful equation. See, he
Mm.
says in that
Mm.
emotional equations, he says,
Mm.
I will give you an equation, write it down and see the reality of that. Okay.
Okay.
Disappointment
Mm.
is equal to
Mm.
expectations minus reality.
Okay.
Okay. Now, one more equation. Regret is equal to
Mm.
disappointment
Mm.
plus responsibility.
Okay.
So, in these two equations, how much of life is covered?
Sir, can I ask one question on the
Of
first
course.
equation? So
Yes.
it just like came to my mind just now, like when we say in that equation is perfect, like disappointment is equal to expectations minus the reality. But
Correct.
aren't the expectations also our thoughts? And we say
They
that the
are.
thoughts shape
But
the
see,
reality.
thought is not having any emotion. Is thought having an emotion?
No, our
It can
body
be
has an
positive,
emotion. We
but positive and we
No,
have
it can be
positive, negative
positive or
thoughts.
negative. That means you are giving it a vector. You are converting a scalar quantity to a vector in the process. That means you are giving it some intensity. The
Mm,
intensity of that thought is either positive or negative.
mm,
That intensity is triggering the vibrations which you are calling energy in motion, emotion. Are you with
Mm.
me?
Yeah.
See, your thought, you want a particular outcome. What are you converting it to? The thought is energy, of course, but it doesn't have
Yeah.
any direction because there is no intensity. It is
Okay.
a block of energy.
Mm.
To that, you want an outcome, so you are giving it intensity.
Right.
Yes?
Mm.
Now, that intensity is converting that into motion. That thought is now being set into motion, which in other words is equal to energy in motion,
Mm.
Mm.
emotion. That emotion is triggering an action.
Okay.
Okay. So now you see how it is that thought, what it is impacting, how is it going? What is the pathway of that thought?
Our feelings that
Correct.
will add to it and that will show the direction
Yes.
where to go.
Now that will
Mm.
show the direction. Your
Mm.
effort is not sufficient to reach the milestone,
Mm.
which is expectation, in other words. Right? It will switch off your effort. It will
Mm.
again influence the emotion, energy in motion.
Mm.
Right? So that changes the entire story. Got it? Niluji.
Ah, sir, I'm trying to understand. It's a deep thing.
नहीं
I'm
नहीं
just,
इतना
I was,
डीप क्या है इसमें कोई डीप है ही नहीं आपके सोच में
no,
है
my
डीप
only thing is I was like thinking like when our thoughts, we have read like our thoughts shape our reality.
करेक्ट
Then, but
let me
like,
just see if I can I I have easy access to the
why?
presentation I had created.
So my lower frequency mind right now is thinking why there is a difference between expectations and reality
No, no,
because
no.
they both are
There is a
coming from
layer
thought.
here, Neeluji. Thought is
Yeah.
being at this mental level, right, sir?
Yes,
Mental level, and that doesn't have any source of its own unless until we charge it. So
correct.
the
Mm,
charging point is our feelings.
reaction.
Our feelings.
Okay.
Like giving, how
Okay,
to
let
say?
me take you through. Though we are digressing, it's an important question and answer you need to understand. Okay.
Mm.
Importance of emotional equations in our life. Okay. So, one second. Yeah. Right. Okay. There is a thinking which is triggering a feeling which has got a loop. It is a up and down loop. Okay. Now, what is that loop doing? So, let us say you get a feeling of guilt.
Mm,
Okay. How is it going to impact? It will say, I am a bad parent. Life is too hard. There are so many reasons, right? You will start attributing reasons to it. Every
mm-hmm.
reason in the mind triggers a thought and
Yeah.
associated thoughts. You will even go to the extent of recalling some of your associated experiences, and they will also trigger thoughts.
Yes.
This is relevant to dreams also. Why? Because what you have continued in the daytime when you are sleeping, the subconscious is where all these memories are stored. They could either in your etheric and astral travel get released or strengthened. Both are possible.
Yes, sir. I've observed the feelings which I have, though it was
Correct.
not here, it was not manifesting, but in the dream it was. Yeah.
Right. Now, they become a loop. Okay. Now, the same loop is continuing and continuing and continuing. That means it has become a process which is not in your waking control.
Now it has become a habit, you say.
It is tending towards a habit.
Mm.
That means you have no control over what is happening.
Mm.
Right? In
We
other
feel
words, it has
sometimes
become
that's happening.
cyclical.
Yes, sir.
Pardon?
No, I'm just saying, like, you're absolutely right. We do feel sometimes that, like, nothing is on our control. We do
Correct.
go through those phases and like feelings.
Very good. Now, now let's look at an involuntary function of creation, which in other words, Joe Dispenza calls energy to matter. What is this? Let's take what we have learned in school days. How does a salt, the normal salt, how does it get created? It is one,
Evaporation. Yeah.
no. That is all English, right? But then let's look at
True.
chemically. One
Okay.
atom of one
Sodium
atom
and
of sodium and one
yeah,
atom of
atom
chloride.
of chloride.
Their
Yep.
energies together give one atom of
Yeah.
salt, one molecule of salt,
Fuel of salt. Mhm.
right? Now, the same reaction is taking place. There is one atom of A, one atom of B, and the energies within is giving a molecule of consisting of some other levels of energy. Energy is vibrating, so the vibrations are different, and that is the information, correct?
Hmm.
That is a pattern. Are you getting me?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Now, that pattern, the internal reaction of what is happening creates a chemical.
Okay.
Okay. Now, that chemical will eventually become a cell because of the reactions and the interactions of the energies lying within.
Okay.
Hmm? Now, this group of cells will become a tissue. A group of tissues becomes an organ. A
Mm-hmm.
group of organs becomes a system. Your
System.
respiratory system, your
Yeah. Yeah.
digestive system, your endocrine system, your regeneration system, and so on.
Yes.
Right? A group of systems is a human body.
Yeah.
Right? Now, this is energy transformation at various levels, along with certain components of information. Okay?
Yes, sir.
That means energy is passing through all this. Is this also an emotion?
Yeah.
Are you creating a disease by yourself?
Hmm.
Right? Now let us go further. Now you have a body which has got four important sections. There is the cranial cavity, there is the thoracic cavity, there is the abdominal cavity, and below that is the pelvic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there
Yeah.
are various other cavities. Now, look at this. From our spiritual mapping, how does it go? Universal energy, that is the field, or then cosmic energy, that is universal love. Okay, one level below. That is further broken down into overself, Actually, there is one more layer here, which is the higher self, the diagram that I shared with you yesterday. Right? So you have the higher self, which
Mm.
is group souls.
Mm.
Okay. Group souls have the individual cells which are directing the overself, the soul, the astral travel, the Akashic record, the aura, the telepathic communication, the third eye, and so on. Yesterday, based on the experience that I went through, right, I wrote it down in the Babaji Meditation Group 3.
Mm-hmm.
What did I write?
Mm. Mm.
I was
Jam-
sending a request to Jamuna
Yes,
saying, call me, I want to add to what you are saying.
great.
yeah. Even I was thinking, please somebody say something.
Right? So that energy came out of her mouth.
Mm.
That is telepathic communication.
Right,
See
right,
how
right.
these influence all of this.
So it could be this also, right, sir? Um, Babaji's energy also influenced you to trigger that,
Maybe
right?
I don't see, I was not wanting to join,
Ah.
but I ended up joining because I was feeling lazy.
Yeah. No, I
Okay,
think you should say that light body thing also there, sir.
I will. So now, how that triggers the independent systems of the body. Okay, this is all notes from Thinking and Destiny.
Mm.
No one who has conducted Thinking and Destiny so far has given this view
Mhm.
because they have not integrated the two, right? So there are four planes. The pelvic cavity relates to the physical pain. The abdominal cavity relates to the form plane. The thoracic cavity relates to the life plane. I think I will use these two slides there when Sudhakar is asking me to take a lecture, right?
Mm.
So
Yes,
I
sir.
will do it on, I will not go into the depth here. Okay.
Mm.
This is not relevant. Yeah. So now what is happening with your thoughts and what is happening within the body? Okay. Every cell in the brain getting triggered. I'm also surprised. When did I create this also? I'm not able to recollect.
Mm.
Right.
So you have done so much of work, and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just impressed by like you can just think of like that slide, and that slide you can just pull off from what
That
like
is what I did now, right?
right. It's so amazing.
Right. So how they influence our survival paradigm, our reason and integrity, our spiritual paradigm, how these influence our actions. Correct? Now, yeah, theek hai, wo chalo. Now, your behavior gets into this mode, right? You face any situation and then Mr. Bean is there showing his expressions beautifully, right? Then there are books which give you more knowledge, right? You have got these psychological and physiological lectures and models which influence the human development. Okay. I am not how feel, being here. There are so many ways that you start interpreting and coming out with those emotions, right? So this starts triggering your early childhood, preschool, school age, adolescence, young adult, and they end up becoming your embedded energies within the body.
Mm.
Okay. Now, please remember, whenever there is an opportunity, the nature of the human mind is project. Are you in a dream state? Or are you awakened state? Awakened state, you are able to suppress them. But in a dream state, what is blocking the projections? Look at the way the universe is guiding me. You asked a question. What I am now talking is part of the pending research. Right? So now how it is moving? The tasks and important influences that it has in us. This was created 3 years ago. I didn't even know why. Right? So then it is taking you to your Maslow's model of,
Yes.
right? You got the physiological needs, the basic needs,
Right.
and the
Mm-hmm.
safety. Then belonging, you need to feel loved, you need to have the relationships. This is coming to your Anahata chakra.
Mm-hmm.
You start working on these, you are going towards the self-fulfillment needs. This is your spiritual aspirations. This is where your Babaji meditation is trying to teach you things. Right? The same thing, another psychologist, how it influences us in various stages. Then, right? What is the ecosystems of life? Okay, right? Growth is the meaning of life is to grow, the purpose. Experiences, you go through experiences. That is how we grow. No experience, no growth. We are lost,
Yep.
right? Then desire. Desire motivates you to have experiences. That is the highest energy.
Mm.
Belief. Belief shapes your perception and sustains your desires or fails your desires. I have only taken, because I have put green color, I have only taken the positive side. Okay. Emotions. Emotions indicate your life direction and progress. They are
Mm.
dependent on that, right?
There it comes,
Ethics.
directions. Mm.
Correct. Ethics are principles for your growth within a society.
Mm.
Okay. Which decide your right, wrong, all those. Correct? Support. Sorry. Support enables you to realize your life's meaning. So these are all the supporting systems that you practice, right? Choice. Your choice creates your destiny. All options are there. Okay. So these become the core systems of life
Mm.
around which our progression is guided, the pathways.
Mm.
Sometimes there are crossroads, sometimes there are various other influences. Suppose you go further. This, there are, right, various representations that are important to you, which you need to, out of those choices, you start influencing your life. Okay.
Mm.
Now, but your expectations, etc., right? At each stage, there are different kind of important outcomes that, given a particular age, particular progression, influences the chakras. What are chakras? Chakras are not physical entities. They
Mm.
are your energy patterns guiding your growth.
Mm.
Okay? They are vibrating, pulsating, and all. Either they are conical in shape in the initial stages, right? And
Mm.
they are meeting in the body. One is from the front, one from behind. When they are
Mm.
well balanced, they take the rotation, right? They take the rotation to 360 degrees, which becomes a sphere. Okay. Otherwise, they are conical. Just like our talking horn, inverted.
Okay.
Okay. Right? So now where is that taking us? So they have got an influence on chakras and all, not relevant to this, but every chakra gets what you call influenced by those. Okay. So this is coming back. Right? Now, how do they transfer when it comes to equations in life? I only gave you two, right?
Yeah, third and fourth
Emotions
one.
is equal to life. You are vibrating.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm? Despair is equal to suffering minus meaning. You are trying to attach a meaning to it. Okay.
Meaningless
So
suffering.
this takes, correct. Actually, there's one more I was looking for. I don't know why it has not come here. Okay. I mean, how you handle and all. Where is my... No, not that. Wait up. I'm looking for one more very, very important. This one. Okay. Now I'm looking for one which is very important in this deck that is not found here. Probably it is sitting in the who am I somewhere. This is a mother of many charts.
Oh,
Wow.
Got some 300 slides or something. Okay, so basically there is an article that I had come across when I was doing that emotional equations. The title of the articles was Newton's Laws of Emotion.
Okay.
Right? I'm actually searching for that slide only.
Control F and say Newton's law. It will, if it is
Huh?
there, it will show up. Control F.
Control F, but if it is a picture I have pasted, it will not.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not in this. There might be 3 point. It might be in this one. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So the three laws of emotion, right? Emotion is E hyphen motion. He has changed that, right? Gravity shapes your self, emotional self. Emotional baggage is a form of gravity. Beautiful, right?
I didn't get this, sir.
No. Gravity shapes our emotional selves. What is gravity? 9.88 grams per square, whatever it is. Correct. School में पढ़ा है ना?
Yes, sir. Yes,
कॉलेज
sir.
में भी पढ़ा है, मैथमेटिक्स में भी
Sir,
पढ़ा है. Right? So that is going to shape our emotional self. Now, the emotional baggage, which is the energy in motion, is a form of gravity when it comes to your internal structure and build-up of this physical body. Right? Beautifully worded, loaded sentence. Let us see. The laws of emotional inertia, that is the first law. What is the Newton's first law?
Law of inertia, sir.
Law of inertia, right? A
Yeah,
body at peace remains at
remains,
peace.
which is the
Okay, right?
word to word.
Yeah. And a person who is emotional will remain emotional unless influenced by another force.
Mm.
Okay. The forces are internal and external. Internally, your emotions are the result of your thoughts and body chemistry. Externally, forces that impact emotions are embedded in all the stimuli you encounter, right? In
Hmm.
other words, emotional equilibrium, forces acting upon us, these are the two X and Y, right? When you are peaceful, you are in the Zen state. You are in the Zen state, mind-wise,
Mm.
right? That means you are not reacting to or giving any energy to thoughts.
Thoughts. Mm.
Okay. Now, if you look at it, the other end of the spectrum is chaotic because you are under the control and influence of forces acting on you. Your life is chaotic.
Mm.
You are letting every Tom, Dick, and Harry, every past experience control your current.
Mm. Yeah.
You need to come back to present, right?
Mm.
Second law. The second law of emotional acceleration. A person will be moved to an emotional response when emotional forces are thrust upon them with sufficient urgency and intensity. Correct? Some topics have a stronger emotional force. What is happening? Motivation to act is decided by depth of feelings triggered, right? So
Mm.
it could be politics and advertising, it could be tensions at home.
Mm. So it can be a positive effect also, right, sir?
Definitely.
Mm.
It is desired to be positive. You have to be motivated at all times. You don't want to be under the control of various other emotions getting triggered, right? Which
Mm.
will lead to chaos again.
Mm. Mm.
Right. Now, the third law. The third law of emotional reactions. Every emotion, there is an equal and opposite reaction unless you are dealing with the sociopaths, in which case these rules just don't apply because it won't work for them.
Hmm.
Right? So,
Hmm.
friction, reaction. Friction, action. This is how the human history has been.
Mm.
So this influences our, what we want is a frictionless state, which is nothing but being in the flow.
Mm.
Correct? Right? So again, that brings us to the same equations. So then how do you create your own experiences? How
Mm.
Louis Hay managed her equations. So this was part of the book club that I was doing.
Okay.
Amazing work, sir. Like, I'm just like,
Yeah.
no word, like, my brain spins, like, how much information and what amazing body of work you guys have
Yeah.
created.
Ah,
This is excellent, sir.
Yeah.
hey, you heard it, Ramakrishna.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah,
Because in spiritual tablets, that
yes,
meditation,
yeah,
SPTRF,
yeah,
right?
yep,
In fact, I had done a 3 week session on this, 3 or 4 weeks, I think.
yeah.
Okay.
Now,
So
what
this
happens
brings
is
us.
like as the time progresses, we forget things and then suddenly, they
Why
come
are
back to
you
That's
the.
what
why are you
yesterday I
forgetting?
was
Why am I not
saying.
forgetting?
That's what Chandra sir yesterday said. He is like clay, everything attached. We are aiming
I
to be
don't
that
have
clay.
any brains. Honestly, I have
We,
no brains. I have got wet clay.
that's what we
You
also
throw
need, sir.
something, it is stuck.
Mhm.
Wisdom, pure wisdom.
Yeah, correct. So now, any other dream question? You saw where it took us, right?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, all of that is
I have one
part of
question,
the
sir.
dream research that I am doing. The pages is only 31, but I am not able to complete that yet, right? So now you take this to what is taught in spiritual tablets. There are 4 types of dreams that you encounter.
Sir Ramakrishna sir has some questions.
Yeah.
So, sir, my question is, okay, we have gone through the topic of thoughts and the rumination, the control, Arishad Varga, and all that cycle we have got. Okay, where you have go through that cycle, fine. But when it comes to the dreams, what triggers a dream? Okay, other than the day-to-day tensions, what triggers a dream?
See, is your mind resting when you are resting?
Kind of.
Conscious mind is resting, right, sir? Not
Right.
subconscious.
But
Hmm.
the subconscious mind is active.
Yes,
What is the percentage of your subconscious mind versus your conscious mind?
that will be high there
No,
in the dream
5%
state.
is conscious mind.
In the dream
I,
also.
no, wherever it is. Physically, if a mind you organize, right? If you organize your mind, one sec, where is the. No, this one, right? Oh, I triggered it off, is it? Not this. Okay. Hmm. If you really look at your mind, right? Mind, which is the diagram that I'm trying to search. Go ahead, Ramke, continue.
No, this is like, sometimes like we get vague dreams for which like we have no explanation, no relation to the what is happening in our lives.
Why do you
So
say that? Why do you say that? One sec. I think I should be able to pull out that. I think somewhere towards the end only, recently only I loaded that, right?
It's an image, sir.
Yeah, it is an image. Okay. See, in the background, I can even use this and explain. Okay. We said that our body energy flow has to go according to this.
hmm,
Okay. Now, you are bringing your internal vibrations, and when you are dreaming, some of these get triggered. What triggers a dream? Your day-to-day stored memories in the subconscious, while the body is trying to see, the sleep is a natural process wherein you are giving body time to recuperate.
yes.
But your conscious mind is the one you are only arresting your thoughts. Correct? Whereas the internal emotions are still continuing because the background process is going on. The background process has not stopped.
Yeah.
It is continuing. That background process, that emotion, that this one, that process of atom to this one, all this is continuing and working in terms of brain waves.
Right.
Right? Correct. Now you think about the equations, what is happening emotionally within the body. But only thing is you are not consciously influencing. The stored habits, stored feelings, etc. are influencing and coming out. So what does he say? What does he say? Right? What does he say? One second. Where are we?
You have come to spiritual tablet one. You have to go little back.
No. You have to go back to this one,
Ah,
right?
yeah.
You are existing and your existence is only taking a different shape. Yeah, Ramakrishna.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what is happening is an experience of your existence is triggering the various senses that are going on.
Right.
Okay. So it could be a thought, it could be an emotion, it could be a desire. All these are part of your internal system.
Yes.
Right? Now you are breathing in, breathing out. There are patterns outside also.
Yeah.
Even they could influence you while you are asleep.
Patterns outside means the forces you are saying, sir, or
Your
the one
past
which
life,
we
your
generate.
karma,
Ah,
yeah.
oh,
The
okay.
one you have generated, they are also there. See, there are energies of the negative energies of souls. If your aura is not closed, they could also come in and influence you.
In astral state also. Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Wherein you start acting as a channel.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
See, that is why channeling or energy healing, we say in PSSM, we say don't do that healing. Because you could potentially get connected to any or one such kind of radiation, which could again start influencing and participating in your background voluntary activity.
Yeah.
Sorry, the background involuntary
Water.
activity.
Involuntary activity, yeah.
Correct, which is your atom to molecule to chemical to this one, and that could also influence your health. Good question, Ramakrishna ji.
No, but
So
sir,
what is he saying?
as an extension, see, during the awake times when I have a thought and I can trace it to my Arishad Varga or my expectations or how that thought is generated, and then I can subdue that thought, right? But whereas in dream
You
state,
no,
we
one
normally
sec.
we don't.
See, let's look at the structure of the brain. You got the subconscious,
Yeah.
you got the conscious above it,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
the conscious is the one which has got the willpower,
Right.
which is the critical thinking layer.
Right.
Correct? Now, I say, Ramakrishna, you're an idiot. For an example, don't take offensive. Right? Or you say, Chandra sir, you're stupid. Okay. Now, I have the capability to negate it. Right? Or I have the ability to accept it. Okay. Now, I accept. What has gone into the subconscious now? My acceptance.
That
Mm-hmm.
feelings also towards it. What?
Now,
Hmm.
you called me an idiot. What is stored in my memory? Ramakrishna called me an idiot. This is the situation under which he called me an idiot, right? So, all those paraphernalia along with the word idiot and my interpretation of idiot, that has become a capsule. Are you getting me?
Right.
The word idiot now is going to trigger that entire capsule.
Yes.
All those associated feelings, all those associated emotions are going to come out.
Right.
They are going to trigger the energies in my body,
Right.
which is atom getting converted. So now what has happened? The raw material, which is the Pancha Bhutas, is going through transformation in becoming this body. This body is equal to 100 trillion cells, each one doing a particular package, right? Each one has got a work order. It says, you are my eyes, you are my nose, you are my so and so, right? That entire function that is associated to them is now working on raw material which is corrupted.
Mm-hmm.
So have you gone up and created a disease now?
Yes.
Correct. Now all this, that emotional capsule that has got stored inside you, right? That emotional capsule stored inside you is now getting an opportunity of expressing itself, projecting itself during your astral travel. Why? Because the umbrella that was holding it in position is no more there. That is the conscious mind. What is
But
in the
only thing is
subconscious
that
mind? What is in the subconscious mind? Tell me.
no, your stored memories of past uh,
Correct.
events, everything like your beliefs, all that, what you have stored,
Everything, right?
everything.
Now,
Yeah.
just look at this. Okay. This is how the human body is formed. Okay. So,
Mm.
through embryology. Let me
Yeah.
see where am I going? Where is that slide? Oh, that's not here. One sec. Then where is that? Four types of dreams. Is it in the other lot? Hmm. How many slides? Why is all this getting confused? No, not this. Okay. I'm not able to locate it. We'll do it some other time. That's okay.
Okay. Sure.
So what is happening is every thought, right, is becoming various other components. As per Joe Dispenza's You Are the Placebo and Becoming Supernatural, he very clearly brings out that that is going to influence your behavior pattern. Let me see if I can trace that. Uh, where was I doing it? I was doing it for diabetes, right? One sec. The content. Uh, diabetes. Not this. Oh, not this. It's in D. DGNM, diabetes. I'm not able to locate it. I will. Foundation cancer. My notes, not this here. No. Why am I losing things like this? Not good. All decks. No, I am not able to locate it. I think I will keep it ready for our next class. Right? So, all those thoughts which are stored as capsules within the body
Mm-hmm.
and not yet materialized, not yet manifested. Right? It may have got a subconscious storage directly, like the yellow car I was talking about.
Yeah.
All those are in memory sitting somewhere. They get an opportunity for expression when the conscious mind is no more active. Okay? That will become the generator of the dream.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Because the brain waves are not in delta. It is ideally supposed to be. Now, when does that happen? When you are within the first hour of sleep, before you go into a deep sleep or REM sleep, when you are in the sleep, yeah, that means your dream state, you are completely in a brainwave state where you are suggestible. That is when the dream sequence, triggered by one of these emotions, not having the barrier which is controlling them, starts moving out. Right? So that will come out as your dream. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other question? Yeah.
You were going into 4 type of dreams, sir.
Yeah. So this is what we learn in spiritual tablets. This
Mhm.
4 types of dreams. So, okay. is this. Okay, let's do a walkthrough. So basically, right, our consciousness keeps expanding as a meditator, correct?
Mm.
Now, as you are expanding, your soul starts using dreams as a means of communication.
Mm.
Communication with whom? Communication with the connectivity you have established in your non-physical mind.
That is subconscious mind.
Yes. And also, when your physical mind is subdued, in your meditation, do you start moving around? You go
Yes.
deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yeah. Yes.
Likewise, the external energies also keep interacting with you.
Yes.
The objective of why the soul is doing that is for helping you progress, to impart and collect wisdom, and predict or understand our future or past. That is the part of the astral travel that you are doing as a meditator, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Now, typically these communications may be understood to be the over self and the soul in the body, that is the interaction.
Mm.
Because a dream is an astral travel.
Mm.
Okay. That is the relationship. Every dream is an astral travel. Not all astral travels are dreams. Okay. So now what? This is what is happening. So they fall into four categories: predictive and suggestive dreams. Right? That means typically early morning dreams. They are suggestive.
Oh, that's why they say like early morning dreams are
Yeah,
important because they are the message
right?
givers. Okay.
That is happening when you're breaking away from your deep sleep state to REM state to waking up.
Mm.
Because you can also remember those dreams.
Yeah, I remember from my Saturday dream. I want to discuss with you, sir. After this, I'll tell you.
Anyway, the other ones are warnings, right? Highlight the mistakes that you have made, make corrections, take it as an early warning, right? Or, and that helps, loss of energy by warning. What is loss of energy? Now you are going into a reactive spring mode, which is closed. You are not coming out of that reaction mode. Okay.
Mm.
Then Y junction. That means you are coming to a state where you need to make a choice between two options. One could be materialistic, one could be spiritual. You need to choose the spiritual one, because if you are on the spiritual path, the material requirement is automatically taken care. Whereas we make the mistake, right, of choosing the
Mm.
physical one,
Material. Mm.
right? Then
Mm.
milestone or progress reporting. It's a reporting. You have completed this, go to the next stage, that kind of,
Mm.
right? These are the four kinds of dreams which you can read further,
Mm.
right? Where do the dreams occur? Dreams happen in the third plane, that is the mental plane
Mm.
of your existence, right? The mental body. That means physical body, astral body, mental plane. It is happening in the mind, right? The
Mm.
innermost The innermost is the soul. Based on the level of the consciousness, we can see this coming out of the physical body.
Hmm.
Okay. Then we may see the astral travel also during the
Hmm.
dream. Okay. Predictive dreams, we just went through these, right? What do you do in case of a predictive dream, right? You need to start integrating what you saw there and then deciphering so that it can help you take the right kind of action. Okay. Pitfall dreams, they are cautioning you, right? Highlight minor mistakes, mistakes driven by desire and greed, or
Hmm.
these are shown as magnified. They could be magnified in your dream. In the
Hmm.
early 3 to 6 months, typically of a meditator, you start getting these. Okay.
Hmm.
Helps by warning and so on. What are Y junction dreams? These are for advanced. Balance the material to spiritual approach to life. Okay. Helps us choose the right path. Enhances application of common sense versus spiritual experience in making the right choice. Intuition and third eye examples are Y junction dreams. So we go into the depth of that and all.
Hmm.
Typically helps and so on, right? So these are the four kind of dreams that we experience in life. Got it?
Yes, sir. Very clearly.